Rowing's this wonderful gift that many of us have received in a way to stay fit, improve our lives, find health again, kick off a weight loss routine, whatever it may be. But there are a whole bunch of things that I wish I would have known before I actually started rowing. There's this entire world of things that you don't know that you don't know. It's a lot of stuff. For all of us. Having been in rowing for a while, I realized, I take a lot of these things for granted that I now know, or that are just habit for me, that I don't really think of when it comes to rowing. And so I wanted to give these to you as things I wish I knew before I started rowing that I've since learned and are just good things to know getting into it. And let's improve that scope of things you don't know that you don't know to now things that you do know and you didn't know before. I wish I knew how torn up your hands actually get from rowing. A lot of people don't talk about that, and after the fact, a lot of people think they need to go buy gloves or do things like that. You don't. In all honesty, you just start to develop some calluses, you get the occasional blister or two, but then you move on from it. I wish I knew how much commitment I was getting myself into when I started the whole thing. Now, this may not be the same for most of you because you're starting later in life or you're just starting rowing at home, but I was joining a crew team. I basically committed my entire collegiate career to a sport that I knew nothing about. Nothing on day one. 4 years later, I realized I basically gotten a rowing degree with a little bit of education. I wish I'd known how much of a fitness apparel obsession I would have developed. I live in it now. Wearing normal people clothes is like a rare event for me. I wish I knew the coolness of some of the rowing traditions that many people don't know about. This jersey, for example, I won it. This was not my team's jersey. You get jerseys when you beat another team. And when you win, you get the literal jersey that they were wearing. That's right. That whole rack of tanks over there, those are all things that I won. That's a really cool tradition and something that I'm really proud to be a part of. I wish I'd known how disciplined I'd become. I didn't realize how much I was going to learn about myself as an athlete and about the rest of my life and the things that were really important to me from rowing. And I imagine many of you are probably going to find that yourselves when you decide to get onto the rowing machine. You learn discipline just because you have to. I wish I'd known that I was actually going to learn what I was capable of. Man, I would have done this a lot sooner if I would have learned that. I wish I'd known how much of an amazing community I was gonna find and then get to create with all of you. All of you out there, you guys are here because of indoor rowing, and now you've got this amazing family of other dark horses elsewhere who are all supporting you, and I feel like I have you guys having my back, my teammates have my back. This is an amazing community, and that community is something that I wish I would have known was stronger ahead of time, because it would have just emboldened me to be able to jump into it sooner and invest more into it. I wish I'd known how strong my legs were gonna get and how not so much from the arms. Excuse me, my eyes are up here. I'd wish I'd known about how truly little I need to actually get rowing done. You don't need any accessories. I know I have a flaming green seat and phone holder. Those are just fun things to have. You don't need them to row. All you need is a rowing machine. Nothing else on top of that. You don't need a mat. You don't need a phone holder. You don't need a water bottle. You don't need any fancy gear. You just need the rowing machine. With that being said, I wish I'd known how many cool accessories there were. Like the flaming green phone holder and seat cover and seat cushions and different accessories that you can use with your machine to make it a little bit more enjoyable. I wish I'd known the value of a really great pair of athletic shorts and a shirt and how far that goes. Believe me, I have trained in straight cotton shirts, and by the time a workout is done, it feels like it weighs 5 pounds on you, and it just takes the enjoyment level of the training session down a few degrees as opposed to a good shorts, shirt, and hat that'll just wick sweat away from you. I wish I'd known some of the simple tricks that I've learned over the years teaching this way earlier on. For example, how to quick release out of the machine. Now, is this incredibly important to your rowing technique? No, but is it a nice, useful tip? It is. In this instance, you just press the buckles out, and this is where most people stop to get out of their machines, and inevitably your heel gets caught every once in a while. All we do, we press the buckles out, pull our toes, and both feet are out at the same time. I wish I'd known the value of disciplined body mechanics on the machine. Mechanics is one thing, discipline is another, but disciplined body mechanics, always analyzing what's happening from your brain to your body and whether or not you're executing the stroke to the absolute best that you can. I wish I'd been even more of a technician than I was when I was rowing, and even now I'm always analyzing and trying to improve my stroke, and it's only making my experience better as my years have gone on. I wish I'd known that other rowing machine companies were gonna get into the game, like Hydro and Ergata. These companies that are really trying to innovate what the rowing machine experience is like. I love my concept too. I also love the experiences that I can get on these other machines, and I wish I'd known that there was gonna be this even bigger growth to the community and to the sport than I could have ever envisioned. Oh. I wish I'd known that butt berries were a thing. Yeah, that little raspberry that you get on your tailbone when you don't maintain good posture and you just kind of dig your tailbone into the seat. Whew, there are times where I wish I knew that that was a thing. I wish I'd known the depths that I was going to be able to take my own intensity. I never knew what I was capable of, and in fact, I still don't think I know my true capacity, but I've come real darn close to threading the needle, right? Threading, is that what you thread the needle? Threading, or the razor's edge, let's call it. I've come really close to knowing what I'm absolutely capable of, but I still know there's more. And that drives me every single day, knowing that there's even more that I can do and more that I'm capable of, but this really helped to show me that there's this entire world that I didn't even know about within me. I wish I would have taken more seriously how important strength training actually is to your rowing. Now, CrossFit was our strength training in college, but post-college, I took my strength training a lot more seriously, if you couldn't tell by all the stuff I have back there, and man, it makes a huge difference in your performance on the machine. Oh, don't do that at home. I wish I'd known how much of my life was gonna become dedicated to rowing. I mean, just countless. I mean, it's just years at this point of nothing but rowing, and I could not be happier because of it. But man, I didn't know what I was getting into. I wish I knew the critical aspect that mobility, stretching, and in general good body health was going to play in my rowing, not just getting on the machine, rowing, and getting workouts in. That's what I thought when I was 19. Now that I'm 35, it has made a world of difference in my performance and my ability to actually enjoy the machine rather than just grinding it day in and day out. Practice your mobility, friends. Get to stretching. Just start. I wish I'd known about the lifelong friends that I was gonna make that are now basically family and as close, if not closer, than my siblings. These are the people that mean some of the most, aside from my direct family, mean some of the most in the world to me, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. I wish I'd known how proud I was gonna be of myself and my accomplishments and the things that I've actually found my way to that I never would have done were it not for rowing. That goes for both my indoor rowing as well as my on-water rowing experiences. It has opened up doors, opened up worlds for me that I never could have imagined, that all stemmed because I was willing to put myself into this sport and dive in. I've had a lot of imbalances that I've had to work through in my post-rowing life because you get very dominant on one side and that other side has suffered, and often things that happen to me happen because of what I was doing originally, and I just wish I would have known that ahead of time so I could have prepared for the potential inevitability of one side of my body really getting stronger than another. I wish I would have known about what Dark Horse was going to be and that all of you would have come to hang out and build this amazing community, because it didn't exist when I started rowing. We just had each other, and I had this deep desire to build something great and feel supported later in life, and all of you have made my dreams come true, and thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Now, what did I miss? What are the things that you wish you knew before you started rowing? Drop it in the comments below. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you get alerted when we come out with new videos. And while you're at it, make sure you check out this playlist of all of the things that you're gonna need to know as you're getting your start. And you don't know what you don't know, but you're gonna know more because now you're starting your journey.